Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us in the open conversation. Here with me in the studio to dive into this critical discourse is my guest, Obinichi Oka, who is a political analyst, and we are so glad to have you join us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you so much. Let's go right into it. Barrister Yusuf Naruddin, the legal counsel to Olalekan Onafeko, the sacked clerk of the Lagos State House of Assembly, has threatened to sue contempt proceedings against the Speaker of the House, Mojisola Miranda, over the alleged refusal of the House to reinstate his client. The National Industrial Court sitting in Lagos had on February 19, 2025, ordered the immediate reinstatement of Onafeko, who was removed from office on January 13, 2025, following the impeachment of former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. The order follows an ex parte application filed before the court by Onafeko through his counsel, Naruddin. In his ruling, Justice M.N. Esowe granted the ex parte and directed the immediate reinstatement of Onafeko. The judge also ordered Babatunde Otun, who was appointed as his replacement, to stop parading himself as the clerk while the substantive case is resolved. However, despite the court's ruling, the Assembly leadership has failed to reinstate Onafeko, prompting his counsel to warn of potential legal consequences for the Speaker and other officials involved. In a bid to enforce the court ruling, Onafeko and his legal team visited the State House of Assembly complex on Wednesday, 26 February 2025, but they were unable to access his office, which had been padlocked. Speaking to reporters at the Assembly complex on Wednesday morning, Barrister Naruddin described the Assembly's defiance of the court order as a blatant disregard for the rule of law, adding that it sets a dangerous precedent for governance in the state. He stressed that the judiciary remains the final arbiter of disputes, and any attempt to undermine its rulings could result in severe legal repercussions, adding that the Speaker's action amounted to contempt of court. What are your thoughts on this report, sir?
Well, it's unfortunate that what we have in Nigeria now is where laws are made for a particular set of people. Some persons do not obey court in this country for whatever be your grounds. And the court has said this man should be reinstated. That order ought to be respected. But like I said, it's as if we are operating two systems where some persons obey court ruling or are compelled to obey court ruling, while others disregard court ruling. The court has said, pending when this matter is before me,
right,
this man should be reinstated. Let me hear the matter. It's an ex parte application that the court granted. And I'm sure the leadership of the Lagos House Assembly were properly served. So, but it's unfortunate that the court do not, people do not respect the court anymore. And at the end of the day, you will see that nothing is going to happen.
Now, when you say some people are compelled to obey court orders, what angle are you coming from?
Yes, because if Adibin is a poor man or somebody who do not have police escort, that there is an order is made against, the police will move in to enforce that order. But in this case, nobody is enforcing any order. The court has made a clear order that the clerk should be reinstated. And the Assembly has decided to do the other way around. So it's unfortunate that we practice a constitutional democracy and lawmakers, lawmakers are the ones now breaking the rule. I don't want to look at whether what the court said is right or not, but we are told that whether it's a nonsense order or not, a court order remains a court order and should be obeyed. If you have any issue, there is window for an appeal where you can appeal that order. So at this point, what the Lagos House Assembly would have done is to obey Having the former clerk as a clerk does not stop anything.
But the new clerk has already been reinstated.
It does not matter. The court has said, no, hold on. This matter is before me. And people should be respected. These are people who call themselves lawmakers. You're making laws. You're making laws for who to obey. Since you cannot obey simple law, simple court order. Like I said, I don't want to go into whether he was wrongly removed or rightly removed. That is not the issue now. The issue is that there is a court order that should be obeyed. And people should learn how to respect the Constitution we vow to defend. As a lawmaker, they make law.
Right. And
they are now above the law. It's unfortunate. That's where the judiciary has found itself. But I think the judiciary is also part of the problem they have. Some persons don't. We have.
I was going to gather your thoughts as regards why, you know, the disobedience of court orders lately. Many people, you know, an order is passed and people disregard it. Why do you think that has become on the rise, especially in the political sphere?
Because it's very common in political matters. People don't respect court ruling. And again, the judiciary also is part of the problem, like I said. When you make orders that you are not supposed to, when you move into assume jurisdiction in a matter that you are not supposed to, that is also part of the reason why people feel that this court does not have jurisdiction to interfere in this matter. So the judiciary also needs to look at itself and dig deep into some of the orders issued by this court. Like I said, I don't want us to go into order, but it's a way of making us understand why some of these orders